session is about the Niramay Arogyavardhini book as well as the program. I've got some copies there which you can have a look and browse through. And if you want to buy, you just write your name there and take a copy. Uh, the book is available in English and Marathi, and so far I've sold about 600 copies of the book, and that is mostly in India and some in US and UK. Uh, I also run program based on that, and I'll just briefly explain uh, the inspiration or the source for this whole thing, program as well as the book. And then we'll have a short round of quick fire questions between me and Janki ji, and those will help you understand what the course is about and what it is not. So that will clarify a lot of doubts. I do conduct a lot of such introduction sessions in various clubs and through Zoom, and then in person as well. So those questions do help to understand what the program and the book is all about. So I'll give you my brief background. I'm Rahul Karurkar. Should have done before I played, but that's it. Here we go. And I have done my engineering and post-graduation from IIT Bombay, and then I worked in various research areas through IT and non-IT fields, and now I'm in finance doing a quantitative analyst role. So do a lot of maths. That's my bread and butter. But this is my hobby: getting health, working on health, and working on health through spirituality and yoga sadhana. When I say yoga sadhana, the word actually is distinct and different from yoga. And the reason why I tend to use yoga sadhana is because it encompasses all uh, classes and sects and versions of yoga that are prescribed in our spiritual uh, history, and not the one which are commercialized by Western world and some Indian commercial houses as well. So it doesn't involve any of those hot yoga, dog yoga, beer yoga, but it does involve all the yoga sadhanas which talk about karma yoga or bhakti yoga or ashtanga yoga. So those all things I was learning about, and I had initial exposure when I was child, 9 year old, to various spiritual books, and most importantly Upanishads and things that were talking about meditation. And that I got from a institute called Rest New Way, that is in Lonavala, between Pune and Mumbai. Its Marathi name is Manashakti. I still visit there often, and it's a great institute which actually does scientific research on what spiritual habits and spiritual techniques do to our mental health and do to our body. So that's where I got exposed to, and I always somehow made sure that I had scientific backing to whatever I was doing. So there was always a result that I could see after any application of process and all that. So that is where it all started, and slowly I was diving deeper into various forms of meditation. When I say forms, they don't mean necessarily one taught in modern science, or like you have mindfulness and all those, although they are good, they are no way wrong or bad. I was more into getting to the basics and reading them from the original texts. So did read various Yoga Sutras, and then Upanishads, and then Gita, and then try to understand what they tell about the health. And I found that what you need is largely available there. You don't need to do any more research. You just need to make it presentable in such a way that it is contextual in today's world and today's background. So I started writing blogs about what I thought was important for health. That included mental health, then diet, and physical health as well. But because I'm no medical degree holder, I'm not a doctor, and I don't hold any medical education or anything of that sort, or diploma. I had my understanding of health from completely different perspective, which was spiritual and from the what Yoga Sutras say. So that made sure that I don't uh, necessarily subscribe what modern medical science says, but I don't conflict with it. I'll give you an example. So, modern medical science basically tries to measure food in calories and proteins and carbs, and it prescribes that a woman should have XYZ calories and man should have WX calories, whatever. So, I don't measure food in those terms because that doesn't give you joy. If I tell you to eat 1,000 calories, it just doesn't it doesn't attract your any of the test buds, or it doesn't give you any feeling. So I don't prescribe and subscribe to those feelings and those paths. So I would measure food as a source of energy. I would look at body not as a parts where you have lungs and cardio for heart and various other uh, exercises for your six packs and belly fats, all those. No, I would look at body as a proper wholesome temple where you feed the food, and it has got not just a presentation by parts, but it's a whole thing that you need to understand only by looking at a holistic picture of the body, not by looking at the parts. So that is how I learned to look at the health, and that is how the book started. And then I got introduced to various people who were keen on weight loss, and they were fixated on losing X weight in Y months, which everyone may have target for. But then I realized that weight is not the only and the most important parameter of your health, and that is what I started putting in my preface as well as first chapter. So they asked uh, me that if I can guide through whatever principles I have or tenets I have been following for my own health. Then I said, fine. I don't trust in XYZ weight and XYZ body mass composition and whatever fat composition you should have. And I would more look at your health from the perspective of what your energy level is, what your capacity is, and whether you are pushing beyond your current comfort zone. And that is what defines your achievements, not your current weight. And of course, when you do all these things, your current weight falls back to the right level, and that I have observed. So then the program started, and then I kept writing articles for them. And then once I finished the program, most of the people came with the aim of reducing their body weight, but then they realized that that was not the real health goal they should be perceiving. So I took them where I wanted them to take, and I explained mental health aspects and gave them various techniques to improve on it, then changed their lifestyle, because I firmly believe that no small changes and no shortcuts and no short term changes help. You have to change your lifestyle, and that alone will sustain the change. Because I don't want you to lose weight and then gain again, which is what people often do. They do something, lose weight, get some more healthy parameters, and then lose, and then gain again, and then lose parameters. So that cycle actually does damage your body as well as mind, because you constantly are oscillating between good and bad health. So the purpose of the program and the book was to change lifestyle. And if anyone wanted a shortcut, I would say no, this is not the place. You could probably take some other course or some other book. And the beauty of the course is when they change lifestyle, I help them to settle through the lifestyle through 6 or 8 weeks. And once they settle through, once they see the benefits, once they see that it is doable, it is something they can do, then they continue doing that and they achieve the health that they are aspiring for. So uh, throughout the program or throughout the book, it allows, and rather it prods you to introspect. It pushes you to write your own parameters and about your health. It does ask quite intriguing questions, and you need to answer those, and then based on those questions you need to define your health goals and work on those, and then book obviously guides you through, and so does the program. So people did get weight loss up to maybe 20 kgs in 3 months or 6 months, and then depending on how bad your lifestyle was really, and then you turn to a good lifestyle, you suddenly see big changes. So they saw that, then the important benefit that I wanted them to have was mental health, and they ended up changing their lifestyle, their perspective about everything. And in many cases the problems remained same, however their approach to solve the problem or look at it was completely changed. So that benefited many families, and I have got some documented reviews where they could save themselves from suicidal tendencies. They could have, many of the cases had broken marriages where they could settle. In many cases there were issues with family health, and the program from the beginning was mentioning that it's not just the participant who should get the health, it's the family that I want to get the health that the participant understands. So once your family gets health, you actually get very good support from the family, so you don't need someone to tell you then. It automatically has got a built-in support in the family, and that is how I continued. It's a very very professionally run program, but it's not commercial, and I don't want it to be commercial because many of the participants that I have in the program are from remote small towns, and for those ladies, by the way, 60 to 70% of the participants are female and 30% are male, and those females from those small villages, for them health is luxury. So when I say health is luxury, by that I mean that it is the last important thing on their list, and the first important thing for them probably is their child's school fees and various other things, and their husband's health and various other demands by the family. So that motivated me to just make sure that I keep them engaged in the program by just making it affordable. So they get the course in 1500 rupees, 6 to 8 weeks course, and then whoever subscribes from outside India, they get it for 60 pounds, which they get the book as well as part of the program. And then I need to make sure that they get the one-to-one counseling as well based on the forms they fill. So that is how the program runs, and the program basically is on the chapters that you saw in the index or in the book. They take you through the diet, change your dietary habits, then various physical exercises which build your stamina, and then the next thing is your mental health, where I have a very well-defined parameters which you can measure and subscribe to, and then see the benefits, whether they are changing or not. And if they are not, then you just go back to the text and read where the changes are needed. So that is how it started, and it is being ongoing. So I have so far transformed about 600, 700 families, their lifestyle, and that is all online. I have conducted a couple of courses in person when I visited India, but most of those are Zoom calls and various other social media platforms that I use. So I'll have Janki ji accompanying me, and we'll go through some brief round of questions. They are literally yes/no answers, but they will help you understand what the program is about, and then you can ask questions about the program or the book. So you want to sit? Or? Yeah. Okay. You want to get the mic?
Right. Is Niramay a weight loss program?
No.
Okay. Can one lose weight out of this program?
Yes.
Okay. Is Niramay a hospital?
No.
Does amount of medicine one consume reduces after attending Niramay?
Yes, definitely.
Okay. Do many lifestyle diseases reverse in Niramay?
Yes.
Would you mention any names?
I have evidence, documented evidence of diabetes, people who had diabetes, they came to pre-diabetic level and then subsequently stopped all the medicines. I have evidence for the cholesterol, blood pressure, and there are 2 evidences which are still ongoing for the thyroid.
Does Niramay provide or subscribe any supplements?
No.
No. Does Niramay regulate your balance of nourishment?
Yes.
Does your stamina grow in Niramay?
Yes.
Is Niramay program a gym?
No.
Is Niramay being run professionally?
Yes.
Is it a business?
No.
Does Niramay reduce mental stress?
Yes.
Do participants reinvigorate their mental health through Niramay?
Yes.
Do we give any medicines for antidepressant?
No.
Does Niramay increase positivity?
Yes.
Does Niramay show evidence of improved relationships?
Yes.
Does a participant observe increased happiness?
Yes.
Is Niramay a family court?
No.
Do participants perform beyond their physical and mental capacity?
Yes. And I have got evidence of that where I'll give you just one example where people who were not walking, they were able to walk up to 20-30 kilometers in a day, or were able to do Surya Namaskar up to 400-500 in a day. When they started, they were basically doing maybe 5-10.
I can't do one.
So you can reach 108.
Okay. Do participants get any performance enhancer drugs?
No.
No. Do the changes like weight loss occur during this program sustain?
Yes,
Is that because of permanent changes in the lifestyle?
that's correct.
Okay. Can Niramay improve health for family?
Yes, that is intended.
Okay. How many participants have so far benefited from the program?
So I have so far conducted batches of 80 to 100, and I have seen up to 600 to 700 families benefited out of it, and many of them come back with their feedback. So it's not individuals, it's always a family that I try to make sure that the benefits reach. So up to 600 to 700.
And what is Niramay?
Niramay is basically a narration of experience, which you will see in the book as well as in the program. The 2 important parts of Niramay is that they are all the tenets, all the principles I have narrated there are aligned with law of nature and originate from spiritual point of view. And it is all about health, nothing else. Thank you.
Right. Thank you. Thank you.
So those were the questions. I prepared those. Sorry. Yes. Maybe I'll take this one. And
You want to turn that off?
you can actually have that mic there if people want to ask questions.
Oh yeah.
I'll take liberty of sitting here. So, am I audible?
Yes.
Yeah. So that is a quick fire round of question and answer, and I kept those in that way because I wanted to make sure that it covers all the aspects of the book as well as the program. Now, why I'm doing this is something I haven't covered, and that I want to cover now. It's actually a very different purpose that I have for this, and the whole journey started because a lot of people were aspiring to have health, and I had health with God's grace, but I wanted to make sure that it is something that is reproducible, and then the book and the program came to life. But the purpose with which I want to run the program or sell the books is that it's some social obligation that I have, and it's so far not a profession and not commercialized, and I don't think it will commercialize at any point. It may become profession, but right now it's just a hobby, and the purpose was to ensure that you are able to create healthy society. What I have observed is we have modern medical science that is overly engrossed and engaged in dealing with the diseases rather than creating health. And then that leaves a big vacuum for people to understand where the health is created from. And the best brain in the world about health is doctors, and we have left them busy with dealing with the diseases, and you only visit them when you are ill. So it's a complicated situation, and that is why people then like me, who don't have any understanding of or education of health, end up jumping into the boat. The way I have kept this program is it's a social obligation, and it is the benefits that come out of it, monetary or whatever. So fees charged is donated for either invested in the program for various printing and other stuff, or it is donated to the charity. Because I don't want to gain anything from the program apart from the feedback from the people, and that is more than enough for me, because the satisfaction that you get by touching a life is enormous, and you can't measure that. So that I'm happy with, and I have so far helped few charities here and in India through the program, whatever fund is raised. There are few team leaders who actually help me in running the program, who have previously benefited from the program, and they want to help others to achieve the health, so they participate and help me in running the program. So they don't get any monetary benefits either, and they participate and help purely from the point of view of their social obligation, and that is how it is run. So far it is working out quite well. It is time consuming, it does drain energy, it does take time, but my observation so far is it gives you back more energy than it takes, and the principle I have narrated in the book anyway. So open to you all for questions. Yes, Amita.
Can you hear? Okay. First of all, thank you so much, Rahulji, and it's really good to hear, very good to hear that this you're doing as sort of returning to society, whatever we can. So that's a wonderful thought. I just had very basic query. If you're running your sessions with maybe, did you say
Zoom.
group sessions with 60 or 80 people?
Yes.
Or
80,
maybe, okay,
80,
whatever.
yeah, 60 or 80, yeah.
Because every individual is different, so how you program, I know holistically it might be able to general principles and whatever you have covered in a book, so when we hear that through program it might help. I'm just trying to understand
Yes.
a little bit more. So how will I benefit when I join the program?
Yes.
As a one-to-one, I might be very different from Aravind, Aravind might be very different from Aparna,
So,
and so on.
I'll just get Anaga, can you just get a book, one copy of the book?